Hey guys, it's Courtney from Your House Fitness, and today we're gonna do a hip mobility warm-up, okay? So using these bands, this is typically what I do before I run, lifts, so squats, deadlifts, you name it. Basically anything that I wanna do that requires a bit of hip activation. We're just gonna do the 4 that I love the most. So from these bands here, I'm gonna actually go with the heavier band for the first couple. If you're not sure that you can handle this, don't worry, you can go with the medium one, okay? Or you can go with the lighter one, don't worry. It comes in a pack of 3 here, so I'm gonna go with this guy here. So the first one I'm gonna do, I'm just gonna put the band up just above my knees, okay? So I do want the band to be rather taut, and it is, okay? Also, I'm pretty short, so this band's the smallest band, so it works best for me. And I'm gonna do what's called a lateral shuffle. So I wanna prime my hips for the activity that I'm gonna be doing. You know what, even on some days where I'm rather lazy, I'll just do this as a workout, okay? So that I can feel my hips, feels good. Gets rid of a lot of the knee pain and problems that I've had. So if you have any IT band problems, it's good to prime these guys up. So the first one I'm gonna do is just called the lateral shuffle. So I'm gonna put this just on top of my knees. I'm gonna line basically this part right up in the middle, okay? That way I just kind of know where everything is. And sometimes when I find this is on my IT band, I can feel it. So basically from here, I'm gonna kind of get into like a quarter squat position, okay? So from the side, it just kind of looks like this. Some people do feel this better when they stand straight up. That's totally up to you. I prefer something like that, okay? And again, I'm gonna start with my feet about shoulder width apart, and I'm basically just gonna step wide, step back to shoulder width, okay? Step wide, step back to shoulder width. Now, you can either walk, if you have a long hallway, just do the whole hallway. Otherwise, I'm just gonna do a few paces left, a few paces right, okay? My magic number for most of these in one set is 20 reps. So I'm gonna do 20 reps basically. And what I want you to focus on is your toes. So when you're doing this, make sure that the toes are not pointing out, okay? I know, when you're squatting, totally different story. For this one, I really want you to focus on the toes being neutral. Sometimes in physio, they'll get you to tuck your toes in just a little bit. Don't overdo this, but if you're having a hard time with this, just kind of pigeon toe your feet just a little bit so that you get the idea that you're trying to feel this here, right? On the side of your butt, okay? In your hip. So remember, neutral toes, shoulder width apart. You're never bringing your feet together because look what's gonna happen. That band's gonna fall right down, okay? So you always wanna keep tension on the band, neutral toes, kind of a mini quarter squat position, chest and face up. This is my ready stance, okay? So depending on the sport, if we were getting warmed up for football, I'd be throwing a football at you. You have to catch it while you're doing this. Okay, so you're gonna go 20 of these, shuffling back and forth, okay? So you don't have a lot of space, you can make do with what you got, okay? Oh, and I'm gonna keep this here. All right, so that's more glute medius, okay? Glute minimus, get my hips warmed up. From here, I'm gonna do some glute max activation. So I'm already ready, everything's ready to go, and now I'm gonna kick straight back. So I'm gonna do what I like to call my fake skate, okay? Again, I'm in that kind of quarter squat position, ready stance position. I'm gonna lean onto my left leg and I'm gonna kick my right leg back, okay? Now, for some of you guys, you might prefer the band lower. And again, depends on how tall you are, depends on your strength, your abilities, and you can kick from there, okay? So if you're not feeling this in your glutes, after a couple of reps, just play a little bit with where the band is. My advice would be just like an inch or so below the knee or an inch or so above the knee, okay? General rule of thumb, this is textbook position, okay? Just above the knee. And then you're just gonna focus on kicking straight back. So I'm gonna do my fake skate here, focused on just trying to make sure that I'm firing up my glutes. Again, the magic number is 20, okay? So I did 20 lateral shuffle, and now I'm gonna do my 20 fake skates here, okay? And I'm just trying to feel this in my butt. I just wanna know that before I go out and do my crazy run here, that my glutes are not gonna let me down because they're still asleep from all the sitting on my couch watching Netflix that I've been doing, okay? Listen. All right, so those are the first two, my lateral shuffle, my fake skate position. I'm gonna bring this party to the ground, okay? So I'm gonna take this band off, and I'm gonna go for this medium one here, okay? All right, and this is my kick back. So I'm gonna get into my bird dog position, okay? I'm gonna keep the band here, and again, play around with where the band is on the thighs, whatever works for you, okay? But basically, I'm gonna get into an all 4-point position, and I'm gonna do my kick back. I'm gonna squeeze my butt, hold for a second, bring it back to center, okay? The whole time you're doing this, I really want you to brace your core. So remember when we were doing the push-ups the other day, you really want to kind of make sure you pull those shoulders away from your ears, screw your hands into the ground. You want to make sure that your neck is nice and relaxed, okay? You're looking straight down. You never want to be straining your neck to do stuff like this, okay? And then brace your core, as if I was going to come over and slap you in the stomach, all right? I know. That usually scares people into contracting their abs here. Okay, and then the magic number is 20. And again, you're just focused on trying to activate your glutes, activate your hips. Some people have better ability to activate, they don't have any injuries or any issues. But regardless, okay, I do this warm up every time, every run, every time I'm gonna do some squats, anytime I'm gonna lift at all, actually. Good. So remember, it's not just, I know a lot of people think it's a muscular primer, but it's nervous system, right? You're trying to warm up the nervous system. So if you can get the attention, if you will, onto these muscles, then they'll be ready to rock. And like I said, they won't let you down when you go to start your workout. But like, I can already feel the burn. So this is a pretty good workout in its own, okay? And again, if you don't have a lot of space, I'm only just using the space of my mat on the floor and on the actual mat. All right, so 20 alternating kickbacks, okay? And the last one is my bridge. All right, so again, I'm gonna keep this band here. Again, if you're not sure how to do a bridge, we did some tutorials, so you can take a look. But basically, I'm gonna put my heels down, I'm gonna lay on my back. I like to put my hands here, but you can put your hands wherever you want. And I'm gonna basically lift into my bridge with one leg. So I'm gonna push up against the band, squeeze my supporting legs glute, and then bring everything back down. Other side. Come up, pull this knee in, okay, towards my chest, squeeze this glute, and bring everything back in. So I'm basically gonna do a walking bridge or a alternating single leg bridge. Sometimes it's called a glute bridge march, whatever you wanna call it there. Okay, and I'm just alternating, focusing on trying to fire up my glutes. So I'm gonna do about 20 reps alternating, so that's only 10 on each side. And remember, you can pick the band that works best for you. So if you go through the first round with the medium band and you're like, it's kind of easy, go with the black one, try it. And if you're like, I'm gonna die, my legs might fall off, you could go with the lighter one, okay? But basically 20 of these gems, and my butt cheeks are on fire. So my suggestion for you is, if you wanna make this a workout, I would probably do maybe 3 to 5 sets of 20 reps a piece. If you're feeling particularly ambitious, that's 100 reps of each. That's nasty, okay? That's great. Your butt will be on fire and you won't be able to sit down for a while, but it's a good workout. So you could do 20 shuffles, 20 kickbacks, 20 of these kickbacks, right? Okay? And then 20 of those bridges we just did 5 times. So that could be a goal for you. If you're just using it as a warm-up, 1, 2, or 3 times through 20 reps a piece would be my suggestion. It just depends. Like, if you're rehabbing an injury or you're trying to prime an area that's a difficult area for you, you know that you have problems with like your right hip, for example, you might have to do a couple 2 to 3 rounds. All the runners that I train, usually 2 to 3 is my suggestion for most of them. But like I said, you can decide how heavy the band you want to use and kind of go from there, all right? Any issues or questions, let me know. But until next time, okay? Keep working out. Keep those glutes active.